Good enough.
And this bout is underway. If this is your first time to Derby, I am going to direct your attention to the skaters that are wearing these stars on their helmet. As you may have learned from our intro video, those are the jammers. The jammers are the skaters on the track in each jam that score points. Once those jammers have made it through the pack initially, every opposing blocker they pass is worth 1 point. In the instance of Scald Eagle there, who was the jammer for the Guns N' Rollers, she scored 4 points in that opening jam and then called off the jam.
You started the game without me. You started the game without me. On the jammer line for Guns N' Rollers, it looks like number 21, the Untamed Shrew.
She up against Much Mayhem, jammer for the Breakneck Betties. Now, the jammers are trying to get through the pack first. They want to be the first of the 2 jammers to get through the pack legally, and Untamed Shrew did that. She is the lead jammer. You'll notice that her jam ref in the center is pointing at her. This means that she can call off the jam at any time by placing her hands repeatedly on her hips.
You'll see her do that sooner or later, but right now, she's on her scoring pass, and every player from the opposing team that she passes, she gets a point for. Right there, she picked up 4 points on that pass.
So, the first time through the pack, jammer's trying to be the first one through. That gets them lead jammer, and they can call off the jam. Every opposing blocker they pass after that, worth 1 point.
On the line for your Guns N' Rollers in this jam, it's Rorschach Tess.
Opposite her is Liquor and Split for the Breakneck Betties. Now the other 8 skaters out there on the track, those are the blockers.
Blockers play 2 jobs, and Liquor and Split breaks out and takes that coveted lead jammer. Blockers play 2 jobs, offense and defense, at the same time in this game, working hard to get your jammer through the pack, and also working to slow down the other jammer and stop her assault.
Well, and that offense and defense takes many forms. Sometimes it's blockers working with their teammates on the track, trying to hold back a jammer or get a jammer through. Sometimes they're working on their own, trying to do the exact same thing.
On the line for your Guns N' Rollers, this time it's number 50, Scald Eagle.
Jalapeno is the jammer for the Breakneck Betties.
Now there are a number of different kinds of penalties in this game as well. Well, 2 different kinds basically. There's penalties of the forbidden touch and penalties against the track.
Now penalties against the track are things like cutting the track, skating out of bounds, blocking out of bounds.
Blocking in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
And penalties of the forbidden touch are back blocks, the use of your elbows or your fist or your head. You can't block other players with your head. You can't hit a down skater. And any number of other things people come up with while they're playing. On the line, once again, for the Guns N' Rollers, it's number 21, the Untamed Shrew.
And for the Breakneck Betties lining up on the Tonkin Fiat Jam line, that is Much Mayhem. Four on 4 to start this jam, Pony.
Untamed Shrew blasts out, takes lead jammer, and there's quite a crush going on in the turn.
Much Mayhem being held up in the backfield by Copernicus, working with Juvie Hall.
Untamed Shrew working the outside line, 1 more to get by. Indigo Hurls couldn't stop her, through for all 5 points.
Much Mayhem now clears the pack for the Breakneck Betties.
Untamed Shrew's re-engaging the pack. And it's a cut called on
Indigo Hurls. She will be reporting to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box, where she will serve a 30-second penalty.
Much Mayhem squeezes through for 3 points on her way at the end of that jam.
Now those penalties that skaters pick up accrue individually. If they amass 7 penalties in one bout, they will no longer be allowed to skate.
On the line, once again, that's Rorschach Tess.
Liquor and Split jamming for the Breakneck Betties.
Both jammers working their way through the pack right now. Things speeding up right away, mostly from Liquor and Split working so hard back there.
You're gonna be sorry, and then Scarleen trying to fight off Liquor and Split. She is through lead jammer Breakneck Betties.
Scylla Devour dragging Rorschach Tess way to the back of the pack.
And Scylla Devour now reporting to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Rhea Derange dragging Rorschach Tess to the back of the pack.
Liquor and Split through the pack for 5 points for the Breakneck Betties.
Guns N' Rollers doing a great job sliding back and just breaking the door open to get their jammer through on her scoring pass.
Guns N' Rollers trying to set a quicker pace to the pack. Ripley up to play some offense for Liquor and Split.
Liquor and Split dropped out. Havana Good Time showing her the door and calling off the jam. On the line for your Guns N' Rollers, number 50, the Scald Eagle.
Jalapeno jammer for the Breakneck Betties.
Betty's taking to the front line, old school derby style. GNR not afraid and holding the line for Jalapeno in the back.
First it was Scrappy Go Lucky, then it was Lemon Stinger trying to hold back Scald Eagle, but she pushes through the pack for lead jammer.
Jalapeno still trying to find her way through the pack. GNR there to meet her all the way.
That was Scrappy Go Lucky opening up the hole at the front of the pack that allowed Jalapeno to get through on her initial pass.
Scald Eagle on her tiptoes along the line.
1 point picked up by the Breakneck Betties. Two points picked up by the Guns N' Rollers.
Ripley, Scylla, and Indigo Hurls on the line for the Breakneck Betties. That is a big wall.
Lemon Stinger in the penalty box to start this jam for the Betties. Much mayhem trying to push out Juvie Hall in the front. She does lead jammer Betties.
GNR and the Untamed Shrew have their work cut out for them. Havana Good Time up front, driving the line. Down goes the Shrew on the inside and gets dragged to the back of the pack.
Great defense on display there by Ripley and Indigo Hurls, knocking Untamed Shrew to the inside.
And the entire Guns N' Rollers team drifting back through the pack to drag down Much Mayhem.
Havana Good Time whistled for a penalty. She is headed to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Untamed Shrew on the run there. Grabs one at the end of the line.
4 points picked up by Breakneck Betties in that jam.
Back on the line for your Guns N' Rollers, it's Rorschach Tess.
Liquor and Split jamming once again for the Betties.
Rorschach Tess covering herself a little bit, trying to slow down Liquor and Split.
Ivana Thrasher and Scrappy Go Lucky were fighting against one another on the outside there.
Everybody down on the pivot line, and it's Liquor and Split taking lead jammer.
Rorschach Tess fighting through turn 2. Betty's blockers recycling to the front. That's Scrappy Go Lucky. Scrappy Go Lucky with the big hit on Rorschach Tess.
Scrappy Go Lucky stuck on Rorschach Tess like she was covered in glue.
Meanwhile, Liquor and Split carving through the pack. That is a 5-point grand slam for the Betties.
Havana Good Time doing her best imitation of a telephone pole for Scrappy Go Lucky as she takes the pivot helmet.
And And at the end of that jam, we've got the Betties at 28, Guns N' Rollers 21.
On the line, number 50. Nope.
Rorschach Tess apparently going to start the next jam in the penalty box.
Jalapeno on the run for your breakneck Betties. Lead jammer.
My guess is the star pass that happened in the last jam was not a legal star pass, and that is why Rorschach Tess is starting this jam in the penalty box.
GNR picks up a cut track penalty on Roller Eclipse trying to get to the back of the pack.
And a low block penalty on Jalapeno.
Will drop Rorschach Tess right back onto the track. GNR with just 2 skaters on the track, and now Juvie Hall picks up a cut track penalty. It's a penalty heavy jam. That's a multiplayer.
That one called on Ripley as Rorschach Tess clears the pack on her initial pass.
You're gonna be sorry out there creaming the line for Rorschach Tess.
Rorschach Tess pushed out of bounds by Fonda Brawls. She's got to come all the way back in behind the last blocker.
Scylla Devourer covering that line, and Roller Eclipse slides in to open the line.
Meanwhile, Jalapeno through the pack for another 5 points for the Betties.
Betty's doing a great job slowing down Rorschach Tess in the front end, and she finally breaks through. Guns and rollers all over the track. Both jammers on the line.
Indigo Hurls now headed to the penalty box.
Jalapeno weaving her way through the line, shrugs off Juvie Hall, now has Roller Eclipse to deal with. Takes all 5.
You're going to be sorry being held up by Ripley at the front of the pack.
And that jam is finally over, reaching its 2-minute limit. I'm sorry, that was a long one. On the line once again for the Guns N' Rollers, the Untamed Shrew.
And it looks like we got an official timeout down on the track. Our intrepid reporter, Magic Pony Power Hour, going to go down to the track to find out what exactly is going on, Agent Meow. While we're waiting for Magic Pony Power Hour to find out what exactly went on in that last jam, we would like to thank Bike Punk. Locally printed, eco-friendly stickers, signs, and design. Visit bikepunk.com.
Mic checks, everyone else. It is a debate as to the proper score on the scoreboard.
Points.
Gotcha. Is what we're talking about. Somebody thinks that somebody might have gotten a few more than they actually have, or somebody thinks somebody might not have quite gotten as many as they're supposed to have gotten. I'm sure they'll clear it up in just a moment. Apparently, Scrappy Go Lucky seems to think. I'm sorry, what? What is it?
Caddy thought that some points, high points, were missed from the jam before the last one.
So it's the jam before the last one, 2 jams ago. Kill Nye. See any good derby lately? Excited about the new X-Men movie? I couldn't tell you. Score did not change.
So it looks like the score will stand. Much mayhem jamming for the Breakneck Betties. Untamed Shrew Jamming for the Guns N' Rollers. Untamed Shrew trying to get around Scrappy Go Lucky at the front of the pack. Scrappy was working with Rhea Derange. That's Untamed Shrew finally gets around Scrappy Go Lucky. Lead jammer Guns N' Rollers. Much mayhem through the pack on her initial pass as Scarleen takes a seat in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Right now, Rhea Derange cut off from her pack, driven to the infield and getting scored on. Untamed Shrew puts 2 on the board.
Coach Baxter Morgan not happy right now.
Scald Eagle on the line for the Guns N' Rollers.
Opposite Liquor and Split for the Breakneck Betties.
Breakneck Betties setting up shop in the backfield and just holding Scald Eagle down right now.
Forearm penalty on Liquor and Split, and it looked like she thought she earned that one as she reports to the penalty box.
GNR does a great job dropping back and scraping off the Betties, so Scald Eagle can break through and take lead jammer.
8 points separate these teams. Scald Eagle looking to cut into that deficit.
Scald Eagle weaving through, takes all 5.
Roller Eclipse up to play offense, as is Whip It Good. Scald Eagle trying to find a way around Ripley.
Autumn, Scylla, and Ripley up front.
And Scald Eagle whistled for a forearm as she dropped Scylla Devour in the front straightaway.
Liquor and Split back on the track right now, working with Roller Eclipse, and Scarleen breaks through.
That was Liquor and Split's initial pass.
Scylla going nuts in the pack, putting Havana Goodtime down on the inside.
Liquor makes quick work of the pack, putting 5 points on the Betty side of the scoreboard.
Liquor and Split weaving her way through, up against Scarleen and Havana Goodtime in the front end.
That was Ripley and Scylla Devour playing offense for Liquor and Split.
They slowed her down plenty, but have to let her go, all 5.
Scald Eagle, though, out of the penalty box quickly through the pack. 5 points for Guns N' Rollers.
And this jam will go the full 2 minutes.
Skating fast rules.
Both jammers weaving their way through. Scald Eagle with a huge hit on Liquor and Split right before the whistle.
2 points for the Betties at the end of that jam. 4 more points for the Guns N' Rollers.
Ivana Thrasher on the line for the Guns N' Rollers.
Jalapeno with the star for the Breakneck Betties.
Push Latush and Scrappy Go Lucky working her over in the backfield. Scrappy dragging Ivana all the way back.
Betties get their jammer through. Jalapeno fighting against the front of that pack. She is clear. She is your lead jammer.
Ivana Thrasher squeaks it out on the inside line. She's on her scoring pass.
Direction of play penalty being assessed. And a multiplayer block.
Scrappy Go Lucky on the drag. Push the tush and Scrappy find Ivana. She shrugs it off and breaks out. All 4.
Jammers have traded 4-point scoring passes so far. Direction of play penalty to Scrappy Go Lucky and an insubordination for not leaving the track quickly enough. That is going to be 2 penalties, so Scrappy Go Lucky will be sitting in the penalty box for a full minute.
Old school. It ain't the first time. She's had worse.
Well, fans, we'd like to thank Kind Bars. Snack like there's no tomorrow with Kind Snacks. Much mayhem jamming for the Breakneck Betties.
And that's the Untamed Shrew up for Guns N' Rollers.
Much mayhem gets around Whip It Good at the front of the pack. She is your lead jammer, and a track cut to Untamed Shrew. Power jam, Breakneck Betties.
Much mayhem weaves through like nobody was there, all 5. Ripley on the attack, just enough of a distraction for Much Mayhem to blow through and take all 5 again.
Guns N' Rollers blockers getting set, waiting for Much Mayhem to come through again, and she barrels through the wall on her way to 5 more points.
GNR setting up the line, Much Mayhem on the attack.
Guns N' Rollers blockers bridging out, can't hold back Much Mayhem as she clears the pack for 5 points.
Untamed Shrew back on the line, Scrappy Go Lucky working her over in the front, trying to slow her down and drops her out. Scylla, Scrappy, giving the Shrew the beating.
Scrappy Go Lucky dropped back, was looking for the track cut call, did not get it. Untamed Shrew clears the pack on her initial pass.
Much Mayhem through where nobody was, and that jam is off. Bridgetown Boneyard, those of you sitting trackside are in the Bridgetown Boneyard, sponsored by Bridgetown Chiropractic.
Scald Eagle on the jam line for the Guns N' Rollers. Opposite Liquor and Split for the Breakneck Betties.
Old School Derby with the whole box empty. Scald Eagle pushing hard on the outside. Finds some sunshine with 1 more to get by. Lead jammer, Guns N' Rollers.
Scald Eagle 21 points so far this bout, looking to add to her total. As
Liquor and Split breaks out. She's on her scoring pass as Scald Eagle rejoins the pack.
Scald Eagle was looking for room on the inside, now goes to the outside courtesy of some offense from Roller Eclipse.
Calls it off.
3 more points for the Guns N' Rollers at the end of that jam.
Fat Tire Hill or IPA Ranger, grab one from concessions. We'd like to thank New Belgian Brewing Company.
Grab 1, can I grab 2?
Grab 1 of each.
Jalapeno on the jam line for the Breakneck Betties.
And Ivana Thrasher.
Again, 4-on-4 in the pack to start the jam. Thrasher goes to the inside, picks up a forearm penalty. Power jam, Breakneck Betties.
Jalapeno way up front, finding nothing but booty. Cannot break through, pushing the line forward. Bridging out, it's the Guns N' Rollers trying to slow her down. Finally breaks out and takes lead jammer.
Copernicus tried to hold her back. Nice last line of defense there for the Guns N' Rollers.
Right back where we were, GNR jumps on her. Ivana Thrasher on the inside line and Copernicus covering the line. She just won't go out. It's Jalapeno, breaks through for all 5.
Havana, good time, and Copernicus really tried to force out Jalapeno, just could not get her out of bounds.
Ripley on her way to the penalty box for something I didn't see.
One of the referees did, that's why she's going to the penalty box.
Just for being naughty, I'm sure. Both jammers back on the pack. Ivana Thrasher on the outside, comes up against Scrappy Go Lucky.
Scrappy goes low, keeps Thrasher in the pack. That gives time for Scylla to pop out front.
Scylla with the amazing just-in-time drop in and block. Jalapeno calls it off. Kind Bar, snack like there's no tomorrow. Oh, we already read that one. How about Joe's Burgers, 4 locations awesome burgers, and the official feeder of your RCR volunteers. We love them Joe's Burgers.
Sorry, I did the kind bar read earlier because I ate
okay,
one.
I wasn't paying attention.
I was hungry.
On the line once again, it's the Untamed Shrew.
Her opposition this jam, Much Mayhem for the Breakneck Betties.
Push Latush and Indigo Hurls working over. Well, I was gonna say the Untamed Shrew, but she then broke out and took lead jammer.
Much Mayhem getting a nice offensive hit from Indigo Hurls there. She is through on her initial pass.
GNR on the attack, the sweep happens, and Untamed Shrew breaks through for all four.
Much Mayhem tried to catch up, could not put any points on the board.
And hey, we'd like to thank Twist Sport Conditioning Center, official training partner of the Wheels of Justice. Visit twistportland.com.
Scald Eagle with the jam cap for the Guns N' Rollers. Liquor and Split for the Breakneck Betties.
Everybody on the track, Derby the way it's supposed to be, and Scald Eagle trying to find some sunshine.
Liquor and Split being held back by Juvie Hall.
I couldn't figure out what was going on there for a second, but it was just Scald Eagle adding a little bit of action to the front line.
Well, Scald Eagle was working with On a Roll and Juvie Hall to hold back Liquor and Split as long as possible.
Scylla on Scald Eagle slows her down. Nothing but love.
Are you kidding me? That was nothing but nope face.
Hey, the magic's in the hole. Voodoo Donuts is a proud sponsor of Rose City Rollers, and once again, the Wheels of Justice.
I've heard those Wheels of Justice are kind of a big deal.
I heard they are super awesome.
Untamed Shrew jamming for the Guns N' Rollers.
And I do believe that's Much Mayhem taking lead jammer.
Untamed Shrew now clears the pack coming out of turn 2.
Breakneck Betties with nothing but hard hits and solid walls all night long. Much Mayhem weaves through, takes and calls it off.
Betty's offense operating on all cylinders right now as they've extended their lead to 34.
Big Brothers Big Sisters Sports Buddies, RCR's proud Sports Buddies partner, encouraging young people to get active.
For the first time this evening, Lemon Stinger on the jam line for the Breakneck Betties.
And that's Rorschach Tess up there for your Guns N' Rollers. Rorschach Tess slams the line, down goes Scrappy Go Lucky. And she picked up a high block for that one. Like I said, you can't touch other skaters with your face.
Lemon Stinger trying to work her way through the pack. You're gonna be sorry, nice defense. And Lemon Stinger accelerates through the pack. Lead jammer, Breakneck Betties.
The anarchy right now being caused by Scrappy Go Lucky sweeps the line. Lemon Stinger grabs some points, calls it off. Down goes Darth Bling.
He's quick to recover.
You can sweep the officials, right? OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers.
Liquor and Split gonna start this jam for the Breakneck Betties in a power jam. Rorschach Tess starting this jam in the penalty box.
Breakneck Betties hanging out in the back, waiting for the action to come to them, and here they come.
Liquor and Split getting some offense from Ripley on the inside, trying to push the pack further out.
Havana Goodtime drops in and sets Rorschach Tess free, and it's a race to the back of the pack.
Nice job of defense up front by Ivana Thrasher.
Indigo Hurls and Ripley dishing out hits left and right all the way through the pack.
Liquor and Split trying to clear as much of Ria DeRange's penalty as possible.
On the inside line, breaks through, Rorschach tests.
Liquor and Split uses the same opening. Both jammers clear for 4 points.
GNR setting up shop at the front end, waiting for the action to come to them. And Liquor and Split bangs the back wall, drops 2 skaters, grabs her points and calls it off.
Now, though she was granted the call off by her jam ref, it does look like she was whistled for a back block penalty by the outside pack ref, so she will start the next jam in the penalty box.
That leaves Scald Eagle on the track in a power jam.
Excellent opportunity for the Guns N' Rollers to put some points on the board in these waning minutes of the first half.
Scrappy Go Lucky with a huge hit. Scald Eagle hasn't quite recovered. And on the attack, once again, Scald Eagle rips through lead jammer.
Fonda Brawls tried to hold back Scald Eagle.
Copernicus on the attack. Scald Eagle breaks through and takes another 5.
Va Boom up to play some offense. Scald pushes through the wall. She is clear for another 5 points.
Liquor and Split back on the track and on her attack run. GNR taking a slow approach while the Breakneck Betties are on the run.
Scald goes round the outside. 2 points on that scoring pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up on halftime. Pick up those raffle tickets because the raffle is coming up. We're giving away all that great stuff that I'll be talking about in just a moment. Well, it's going to be 4 football tickets to the Portland Thunder, 4 VIP tickets to Portland versus Montreal, dinner for 4 at Porcano, PBR camping chair, wiffle ball bat, toothbrushes, t-shirts, and RCR merchandise worth over $250. That's coming up in just a moment. But first,
it's halftime. Breakneck Betties with a lead of 107-76. Fans, make sure you stick around and make sure you get those raffle tickets. They're $1 a piece or 10 for $5. That drawing is going to take place in about 10 minutes. We will see you after halftime.
on the line is Scald Eagle after your Guns N' Rollers. 12 months and 6 on the outside with AK-47. And this is Rich working over.
But Mayhem trying to make headway up front. Gets met with a big hit from the ball Thrasher. And another hit from the ball Thrasher.
GNR definitely benefiting from the break at halftime. Driving down Much Mayhem to the third after the back.
That was Copernicus with the exit hit on Much Mayhem as Scald Eagle through the pack lead jammer Guns N' Rollers.
Much Mayhem still not finding any sunshine at the front end with GNR holding her down.
Indigo Hell draws the track cut on Scald Eagle. Power jam, Breakneck Betties.
On their way around. GNR setting up down to the far end.
That was Much Mayhem's initial pass as Scrappy Go Lucky up playing offense and Much Mayhem scoring 5 points for the Betties.
GNR taking a step forward, but Scrappy Go Lucky drives in and drops the line.
Hold on penalty on Scrappy Go Lucky. She heads to the pass blue ribbon penalty line. Scald Eagle goes around the outside and the penalty box on the way to 4 points for the Guns N' Rollers.
And all of GNR dropping to the slowdown Much Mayhem at the front end. Copernicus trying to drop her out.
Wicked good, providing a screen while playing defense. Scald Eagle through the pack for 5.
Much Mayhem finally breaking through.
That was 4 points for Much Mayhem on that scoring pass. 2 more points pass for Stalled Eagle as much mayhem falls off the jam.
You can get your cards and sign up today at cardsgo.com.
Liquor Split jamming for the breakneck Betties, opposite Untamed Shrew for the Guns Throwers.
Liquor Split with the grab back on Shrew, trying again, and GNR drops in to slow down Liquor Split.
Stepping Milwaukee comes out of the penalty box and immediately starts playing offense for the Betties.
Swinging, and the Untamed Shrew picks up a back block and only taking 30 seconds in the penalty box.
Liquor Split now on a power jam, gets by Judy Hall to throw the pack, lead jammer, breakneck Betties.
Liquor Split on her on the line, snapping the left to drops in to cause the anarchy. It's Starlene up front. Can't stop her. 5 more for the breakneck Betties.
Everybody steps up in the apex of thirds 3 and 4. Still off the place of offense and Liquor Split through the pack for a quick 5 points.
And then a good time easy over the line. Breakneck Betties recycle to the very front. Now so warm and true.
Multi-player block on Sylvan Bauer, must have been with a bag.
Liquor Split dropped out at the last second.
4 points picked up on that last quarter pass for the Betties.
US Pipeline, your online source for local music, arts, and events happenings. That's PDX Pipeline.
4-3 advantage, blocker-wise for the Guns Throwers.
Jalapeno out to the breakneck Betties.
Jerry hits board shot, pass for the Guns N' Rollers, who goes to the outside. Lead jammer, Guns N' Rollers.
Still on the jalapeno on the front end. Pushing hard to slow it down. They cannot.
Looks like on a roll as the Panic Cuts up front with Wicked Good.
Wicked Good, one last thing out of 50 right stopper. Where's that catch? Oh, skipping goes around the outside, takes a miss and calls it off.
Wicked Good in that jam was the last line of defense against Jalapeno and then dropped back to play some inverse offense forward jammer.
Kelly Brown likes Rotary and Rotary loves Kelly Brown. That's Kelly Brown, get relief.
Betties with a 50-point lead. It's Stalled Eagle on the camera for the Guns N' Rollers.
But they have a front to the lead on the breakneck Betties with Stalled Eagle still trying to find a way past automatic weapon and stopping the lucky.
Multi-player block on an automatic weapon. Much mayhem clear the pass on her initial pass. No, 4-point scoring pass, excuse me.
And that brings off. Just for helping young people learn a career, earn a high school diploma or GED, and find and keep a good job. Too many N's in that sentence. Just Job Corps.
Liquor Split jamming for the breakneck Betties.
And with the Untamed Shrew once again for GNR. Up front against Sylvan Bauer, now trying to get past Crystal George.
And Liquor Split pushes the pack out. Lead jammer, breakneck Betties.
Breakneck Betties holding the line in front of the Untamed Shrew. 1 more to get by. Sylvan Bauer driving around. Can't quite stop her. Shrew on her scoring pass.
So switches up from defense to offense.
30 seconds to reset. And we've got Jalapeno taking the line for your Breakneck Betties. Jalapeno up against the Dutch Rollers defense in the front of the pack. Rolls up, that's in the back, working on the pass, back to go up to Ripley. Lemon Singer coming to the inside line. Rear to range, looking for the penalty box for the Betties. Jalapeno is your lead jammer. Rolls up, that's on the run, shoved on the huge hit from Tropical Records, works out on the forward pass. Nice offense by Lemon Singer in the back of the pack for the Betties. Buffalo Wild Wings, and there's nothing else to say, but Buffalo Wild Wings is also the sponsor. Betties have extended their lead to 62 with Small Eagle on the jam line. Opposite Much Mayhem. 3-on-3 in the pack to start. Much Mayhem trying to push out, but Small Eagle goes round the outside for the lead jammer. That's the Rollers. That's Mayhem now right behind it. That's a race in the back of the pack. Tino with almost sitting back of the pack. Small Eagle around the outside. Small Eagle through. The Burn Cats providing the defense in the back of the pack, pushing out Much Mayhem. Starting going after Much Mayhem, couldn't throw her down. Salvio on another attack run, pretty sure it takes another 4 points. We'd like to thank Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John Landing's favorite eatery and saloon. That's the Buffalo Gap. That's Tony's favorite too. I love that place. On the line, it's left name True. Opposite her, Liquor and Split. So after the running the line, takes a bit of a tumble. Betties push the inside line. They're trying to get Liquor through. And she breaks out on the inside line. And Liquor Split hung up around Judy Hall. And down the inside. Liquor Split through the pack, clear on her initial pass. And Shoe up against the road wall in the back. Liquor Split on the inside. Two. The fans who like to thank Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and a proud part of the Rose City since 2009. Black Cat Plumbing. And it's Rorschach test on the line for your Benson Rollers.
Jalapeno jamming for the Breakneck Betties.
Rorschach test proves to be a slippery one on the outside line, taking lead jammer.
Northern Lights out trying to put a last-second hit on Tess.
GNR up front. Copernicus and Ivana Thrasher right now working over Jalapeno, trying to slow her down.
Rorschach Tess makes her way through the pack. That is a
Ivana Thrasher
4-point scoring pass.
And Ivana Thrasher picking up an out-of-play penalty at the very end of that jam. McDonald Miller Facility Solutions, proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers. That's McDonald Miller. It's Liquor and Split and the Scald Eagle on the line. Scald Eagle on the inside takes lead jammer.
Liquor and Split getting some offense on the inside. She is clear of the pack on her initial pass.
Scald Eagle back up against it.
Multiplayer block being called. Scald Eagle picks up 1 point.
Speaking of multiplayer blocks, Shebop, a female-friendly sex toy boutique in Portland, Oregon. That's Shebop, one of our newest sponsors.
That was a walk-off. Much mayhem on the jam line for the Breakneck Betties. Opposite, Untamed Shrew for the Guns N' Rollers.
Much mayhem up front, all over the place, breaks out on the inside.
Untamed Shrew getting a little offense from the front, clears the pack on her initial pass.
Much mayhem weaving through and calling it off.
That was Lemon Stinger giving her that offense in the backfield. Well, fans, the live broadcast of tonight's bout is brought to you by our friends at Blaze Streaming Media. A humongous thanks to them. That is Blaze Streaming Media.
They are awesome. On the line, it's Rorschach Test for your Guns N' Rollers and Jalapeno for your Breakneck Betties.
Rorschach Test playing a little bit of defense to start the jam, now pushing up against the Betties defense at the front of the pack.
Once again, Havana Good Time covering the lines, trying to slow down Jalapeno, who breaks out to take lead jammer.
Rorschach Test recycled to the back of the pack. Ripley there to meet her as she entered the pack.
And up front, Scarleen with a huge dumping hit drives Jalapeno to the inside and slows down her assault.
That was Scarleen getting her nope face on against Jalapeno. Rorschach Test still trying to push out the front of the pack. Automatic weapon tries to slow her down. Test clears on her initial.
Scrappy Go Lucky on her way to the penalty box, followed by Juvie Hall on her way to the penalty box. Bridgetown awesome automotive. It's Bridgetown Automotive. They're always the awesome mechanics. We trust them and so should you. That's Bridgetown Automotive. I'm having a hard time reading. And it's number 50, the Scald Eagle on the line for your Guns N' Rollers.
Scald Eagle finding room on the inside of the far straightaway. Lead jammer, Guns N' Rollers.
Liquor and split, hop, skip, and a jump on the inside, and she's on her scoring pass. Scald Eagle weaving around through the outside, grabs all four and calls it off.
Poor K, no.
Poor K, yes.
Amazing taqueria food with 2 locations on Mississippi and Hawthorne. That's Poor K, no.
Proud sponsors of My Tummy. Oh, they're playing roller derby. And the Untamed Shrew is up for GNR.
Lemon Stinger trying to fight her way around the outside. Now moves to the inside.
Both jammers off the track, and now the Untamed Shrew is on her way to the penalty box.
Havana Good Time being whistled for a low block.
And Indigo Hurls is over there. I don't know what she did.
Neither does she, apparently.
Juvie Hall trying to take down Lemon Stinger, couldn't quite do it.
Lemon Stinger is your lead jammer.
Once again, Juvie Hall, last line of defense, can't quite stop her.
Nice footwork there by Lemon Stinger, keeping herself in bounds on that 5-point scoring pass.
Breakneck Betties drop in. Scrappy Go Lucky opens up the outside line, but You're Gonna Be Sorry doing a terrific job staying in front of Lemon Stinger and dropping her out.
Havana Good Time getting Untamed Shrew some offense in the back of the pack. 4-point scoring pass for Lemon Stinger.
Hey, we'd like to thank Strength Fit, helping the Betties continue breaking necks and dreams. Moreland Vision Source. Moreland Vision Source helping the Betties focus on the game since 2011. American Family Insurance. Kenneth Hart Agency. And Kelly's Olympian.
Much mayhem jamming for the Breakneck Betties. Opposite, Rorschach Test for the Guns N' Rollers.
Rorschach Test still trying to break through at the back end. Finding some sunshine.
She is clear on her initial pass. Meanwhile, Much Mayhem putting points on the boards for the Betties. Clears the pack for 4 points and calls off the jam.
Hey, you know who sponsors the Breakneck Betties? It's Adam Wheels. As well as all those things I mentioned earlier.
Scald Eagle on the jam line for the Guns N' Rollers. Opposite, Liquor and Split for the Breakneck Betties.
Liquor and Split driving along the outside. Juvie Hall and Havana Goodtime trying to slow her down.
Liquor and Split gets a little room to work on the inside corner, and she is through. Lead jammer, Breakneck Betties.
Scald Eagle with one more to get by on her scoring pass.
Vava Boom escorting Scrappy Go Lucky to the inside of the track.
GNR setting up shop on Liquor and Split. Vava Boom with the sweeping hit. Slows her down just in time.
2 points for the Betties at the end of that jam, and we would like to thank Timothy Murray Photography. Visit TimothyMurrayPhotography.com for classic black and white film derby images.
And it's a team timeout for the Guns N' Rollers. That means a Louis Armstrong Music Minute.
So it was an official review being called by the Guns N' Rollers. Guns N' Rollers thinking that the Betties jammer in that last jam cut the track. However, head referee Stegosaurus saying that that jammer was bumped out of bounds by Guns N' Rollers blockers. No track cut call.
If you say so. On the line, it's the Untamed Shrew and Jalapeno. Untamed Shrew looking for some sunshine. Bolts on the inside, and she is your lead jammer. Rhea Derange and Lemon Stinger both heading to the penalty box, followed by Ripley. That leaves the Untamed Shrew on the track with only automatic weapon. Oh, now Rhea Derange and Lemon Stinger back on the track. Untamed Shrew weaving her way through the line, shrugging off huge hits all the way through.
Guns N' Rollers defense locked down right now against Jalapeno. That's Artemis Foulmouth Scarleen.
Jalapeno finally breaking out. Untamed Shrew through for another 4 and calls it off.
So it looks like this is a team timeout for the Breakneck Betties. fans, we'd like to thank Hope Baraka Realtor. Hope Baraka, helping Portlanders buy and sell their dream house. That's Hope Baraka.
And we're right back at it on the line. Rorschach test for your Guns and Rollers, and once again, much mayhem for your Breakneck Betties. And when they start playing some roller derby, much mayhem will be covered by Push Latush, Scrappy Go Lucky, and Indigo Hurls. With the absolute terror of Ripley waiting in the wings. Scariest lineup ever.
Anybody got any marshmallows?
I know somebody got a big bag full of them. Up front at the pivot line for GNR. On a roll, you're gonna be sorry. Roller Eclipse and Havana Good Time. I'm sorry, Havana Good Time.
I believe we're tallying penalties on the floor.
And we're right back in it. Much mayhem right up against that black wall in the front end. GNR can't stop her. Much mayhem, lead jammer.
Rorschach test finds room to accelerate. Indigo Hurls, try to slow her down, and now Push Latush. Dropping Rorschach test in turn 4. Rorschach test, though, now up and through the pack on her initial pass.
Much mayhem with 2 more to get by up front. You're gonna be sorry, can't quite stop her. It's Havana Good Time. Has to let her go.
Much mayhem checks in with the bench, decides to keep the jam going. Rorschach test comes around the outside through turn 4. 4 points for the Guns and Rollers.
Much mayhem weaves her way through unopposed.
Defense is set up in the far straightaway.
Scrappy Go Lucky and Push Latush with the drop and drag. Rorschach test to the very back of the pack.
Much mayhem trying to find some room to work. That's on a roll. Roller Eclipse and You're Gonna Be Sorry up front.
Much mayhem breaks her way through.
And 1 point on that scoring pass for the Guns and Rollers as Havana Good Time, recipient of the cap pass.
Hardest hit of the night brought to you by Bridgetown Chiropractic, long-term sponsor of your Rose City Rollers. That's Bridgetown Chiropractic.
On the jam line, Scald Eagle opposite Liquor and Split. Full contingent of blockers on the track to start this jam. Liquor and Split finds room on the inside, but it's Scald Eagle going around the outside. Lead jammer, Guns and Rollers.
A lot of tumbles being taken in turn 3. Everybody back on top of it with Scald Eagle breaking her way through the pack. Lemon Stinger with a huge hit drops her to the out, and that jam is off.
2 0-point differential in favor of the Guns N' Rollers on that jam.
Immediate care for RCR athletes through our sports medicine hotline, 503-494-4000. That's OHSU Sports Medicine.
Breakneck Betties with a 70-point lead to start this jam. Jalapeno jamming for them.
GNR doing a great job staying in front of Jalapeno and slowing down her attack. Ivana Thrasher, the last line on Jalapeno, trying to stop her. Picks up an out-of-play penalty.
Jalapeno clear on her initial pass as Rorschach Tess clears the pack and calls off the jam for the Guns N' Rollers.
Hey, we'd like to thank Bike Punk. Locally printed, eco-friendly stickers, signs, and designs. Visit bikepunk.com.
Well, and I'd like to thank Joe's Burgers, 4 locations, awesome burgers, and official feeder of the Rose City Rollers Volunteers. That's Joe's Burgers.
Guns N' Rollers down 1 going into this jam. Copernicus attacking the red line in the back.
Much mayhem goes around the outside to lead jammer for the Breakneck Betties.
Scylla Devour up front, and the rest of the Breakneck Betties recycle to the front of her. Copernicus still fighting with the Betties to break out.
That is Copernicus' first jam as a jammer this bout, as Much Mayhem clears the pack for 5 points.
Copernicus sees some sunshine on the inside with only Rhea DeRange still to slow her down. Automatic weapon in with a swing and a miss, and she's on the run.
Copernicus now clear on her initial pass.
Much Mayhem. Copernicus weaves her way around, 1 foot on the outside line. Automatic weapon can't stalk her, through for 4.
Much Mayhem working against the pack, getting some offense from Automatic Weapon. Thrasher, though, pushing Much Mayhem out of the front straightaway. 3 points for the Betties on that pass, matched by 3 points for the Guns N' Rollers.
The food, the arts, entertainment, and news you need comes from the Portland Mercury.
And we've got a team time out, Guns N' Rollers. We're going to kick it over to DJ Agent Meow for the Louis Armstrong Music Minute.
On the line, it's Scald Eagle once again for your Guns N' Rollers, trying to find some sunshine on the outside line.
Liquor and Split trying to push the pack through turn 2, but Scald Eagle is your lead jammer.
You're gonna be sorry, and Havana Good Time dropping in to slow down the attack of Liquor and Split. Up front, Liquor and Split pushing out the line. They have to let her go.
Scald Eagle goes right at Scrappy Go Lucky. pushes through for 4 points. And it looks like Scrappy Go Lucky headed to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
That's number 21, the Untamed Shrew.
Jalapeno jamming opposite her.
Untamed Shrew pushing hard on the outside. Lemon Stinger to get by. Shrugs it off. Oh, it's not Lemon Stinger. Sorry, that's Rhea Derange.
Jalapeno trying to find room around the outside. Push to the inside now. That's Thrasher up front working with Rorschach Tess.
Copernicus in for the swing. Drops her to the out.
Jalapeno clear on her initial pass.
And Shrew calls it off. 4-0 on that pass. Twist Sport Conditioning Center, the official training partner of the Wheels of Justice. Visit twistportland.com.
Scald Eagle on the jam line for the Guns N' Rollers.
What?
Opposite Much Mayhem for the Breakneck Betties.
Filling the gap was Roller Eclipse, who is right now running the inside of that line. Roller Eclipse on the inside, covering Much Mayhem, almost stopped her.
Scald Eagle breaks free and is your lead jammer, but Much Mayhem overtook her. We're just gonna sit back and watch this.
And Scald Eagle calls off the jam.
Team time out, Guns N' Rollers.
Whippersnapper. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in taking part in all the action that happens here at Rose City Rollers, we're always looking for recruits, and right now we're recruiting for non-skating officials. Those are NSOs. Visit Helvetica at the table just below us. She'd love to talk to you about the May 14th NSO recruitment event. If you're good with numbers and computers and stuff, maybe you want to be involved in Derby and don't know how to skate, be an NSO. It's a blast. Next.
Liquor and Split on the jam line for the Breakneck Betties.
And it's the Untamed Shrew.
Breakneck Betties with a 63-point lead entering this jam. Guns N' Rollers trying to put some quick points on the board.
Rhea Derange stand in front of the Untamed Shrew on the outside, but right back in it.
Swarming defense up front by the Guns N' Rollers, but Liquor and Split on the inside of turn 4. Lead jammer, Breakneck Betties.
GNR drops back to clear the path for the Untamed Shrew, and she breaks out on her scoring pass.
Scylla Devour up to play some offense, as is Rhea Derange. Liquor and Split, 2 to beat up front.
Untamed Shrew on the attack, breaking through the pack.
Copernicus being whistled to the penalty box for the Guns N' Rollers.
Scylla Devour drops before the mighty Untamed Shrew. Rhea Derange, double swing, can't quite slow her down. On the inside, on the run, it's the Untamed Shrew breaking out.
Fans, we got less than 30 seconds in this bout. Make some noise for your favorite team.
Both jammers up on the pack. Juvie Hall and You're Gonna Be Sorry working the outside line, covering for Liquor and Split.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's your final Breakneck Betties victorious over the Guns and Rollers. Stick around for victory laps and MVPs for each team.
All right, fans, give it up for tonight's winning team and an undefeated home season. Give it up for the Braves!